so my name was Komal in my birth certificate everywhere. So they said that how you will get identified, how I will see you that you are from lower caste.
If you as a certain person from certain identities go to the police, or if you are in the court, whichever scenario you're in, you will have to face a lot of trauma, and you will probably not get justice.
My identity then just became a reservation of a seat in a good college for others.
When back then when I was in college, so I guess one thing I have realized कि हर जाति अपनी से नीची जाति ढूंढ ही लेती है to feel like I am superior than yours or I am okay, I am तो इतना तो हम ये करते हैं, आपके जैसा नहीं.
Yeah, I mean that's I think I was so immersed in what you were saying, because even I've lost my father, and so even just the very challenge of just losing a parent, and then on top of that the whole, because so even for us, like when my father passed away and in Delhi, my mother was trying to speak. And the thing is that in our society, women do speak at funerals, but our neighbors were like, oh my God, our neighbors in Delhi were like, oh my God, a woman is gonna speak at her husband's funeral. And the rest of us were like, yeah, and then, but it was like, then these are like, it's only through these kind of experiences that I realized, oh my goodness, I feel for my friends who are a woman, or, at least identify as one, and how will they losing their father, and they can't speak at their the loss of their father. They can't do the rituals just because so it's already like it's your loss. It's your loss, and you can't do it for the person that you lost. So I think that was like I was also like just taken a few years back.
And I just want to say something. When you are saying that there is particular standard of looking at you, that is the thing all the time we face. Like I'm just saying, like you telling your journey, it's not individuals really, because it's collective journey. Because I particularly saying that whenever I have been in campus, like in my academic spaces or activism spaces, there is really a full standards of judging you, your skin tone, your language, your body language, your way of attire, and that all things doesn't matter for you till then if not completed their standards at all. So this is like our way of assertion will be very far from just accepting itself first.
Exactly.
Assertion is like I will assert myself very very late. First I just thinking of like, oh, acceptance should be there, that space should be there, so that itself we're not able to get.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And even what you said, like the first time you had to interact with your Dalit identity was also when it was told to you that you not looking like a Dalit is a compliment. Even so, before I moved to Delhi, because back in the Northeast, many of the states are majorly tribal populations. So and since when it's a tribal population, you don't really follow the caste system. It doesn't work like how Adivasis of like, Jharkhand or Orissa, those systems work. It's very different, right? The tribal systems. So it was also like, I never thought that my tribal identity was something to be ashamed of, or something to be whispered, or something that I should not announce. It was like, since I speak English, and I'm not dark skinned, you're right, because people assume that a Adivasi person will be dark skinned, and all that stuff. So people, so the first time I even filled up a form, and when I ticked ST, I was corrected by like others, like, no, you're supposed to take the other one. Yeah. And I was like a child, and I was just like, no, we always take this one in my family. Yeah. And for me, I was like, it was such an so even back, like growing up, we like, which tribes are your friends from? It's like a question that we ask, in my language. But but then when I was trying to figure out, because I was only 10 when I moved to Delhi, and I was trying to figure out like, which tribes are my friends from? And then none of them came from any tribe. So then I was like, and then they all seem a little offended a better word tribe being mentioned to them. They're like, so there's no idea of a hierarchy, you know,
Exactly.
कि ये community ऊपर आता है, ये community नीचे आता है. So for me coming in, so first to, and then like you said, like I was looking different. So that was my biggest hurdle. Then later on I find out that, oh, being a tribal is not something that's advertised around here, that people are, you know, whisper it, or people don't, you know, let people know. And I've always been a very hardworking student. I've always done decently well. However, when I got admission in a good college in DU, and it was an open secret that I'm a ST, they're like, "Arey, ST status hai, to mil gaya na," you know? Yeah. So then it boils all down to that identity. My identity then just became a reservation of a seat in a good college for others.
Caste system mein na, I guess when four were sitting, like when back then when I was in college, so I guess one thing I realized कि हर जाति अपनी से नीची जाति ढूंढ ही लेती है to feel like I am superior than yours or I am okay, I am तो इतना तो हम ये करते हैं, आपके जैसा नहीं. So वो फिर वो सेम करता है, वो फिर अपने से नीची जाति कोई ढूंढता है. So it's like a ongoing thing. पूरा नाम बताओ, पूरा नाम क्या होता है?
Yes, this
पूरा
happened.
नाम. Okay, later on जब मैंने नाम, when I was choosing this Kabir, so like if you fill any sort of form, so वहाँ पे required होता है your second name. तो मुझे लगा कि after doing so much of work in this activism field, मैं वापस से अगर अपना caste, religion, second name रखूँ, doesn't make any sense. So मैंने कहा नहीं, वो तो नहीं रखूँ. तो Kabir तो is what it was decided when I was in second standard, and then Mann. So like my friend used to call me Mani, which was like my dead naming का short name करके. So मुझे लगा now मुझे I हटाया. मैंने कहा जिनके लिए कबीर टफ होगा ना, सो क्योंकि कबीर अभी मानी से कबीर बिल्कुल ही फोनेटिक चेंज हो जाएगा, ये नहीं बोलेंगे. सो मैंने कहा kept it as a मान. So I just removed I. मैंने कहा second name would be मान. So that's how I am Kabir मान. किसी रिलीजन और कास्ट नाम में तो अब नहीं जाऊंगा.
I have a very different story about my surname. I have a very, very different. You will, like, okay. So I was in school. I was in 6th, 7th class, and my name is Komal, just Komal. But my I can name that person. So his name is. He's a upper caste Jat teacher, sports teacher, and he said this: you all are going to be past the 8th class, and then after 8th class your name will not be changed. So we just decided, oh, this is the pakka naam. They said that, and so my name was Komal in my birth certificate everywhere. So they said that how you will get identified, how I will see you that you are from lower caste. So yes, so what he did, I was monitored that time, I was little, it's okay. So what he said, and I was not seeing this as a big issue that time. I was like, okay. So he said, who all are the Dalits girls? Just tell me your name, Dalits and OBC. No, not Dalits only, Dalits and OBC. STs are not in Haryana in the numbers. So Dalits and OBCs. So he put Komal Devi, Manju Rani, Diya.
Your teacher assigned
Yes,
surnames
surname.
to all.
My goodness.
Yes. So that's why my name is Devi, Komal Devi. And I'm like, and just understand it, in academia spaces, if you don't have high upper caste surname, your writings is also like minus, you are not worth. So even and okay, this is the story behind the surname, and I'm feeling like everyone said to him, oh, you're married, your name is Devi. I said, no, it's just given to me someone by
some random teacher when I was class 8.
Class 8.
upper caste men who want to say me that your space will be this only wherever you will go. So this is the story behind my surname. And even when I come in JNU, I feel that, okay, now I get higher education, my dream is achieved, now I enter the gate of the JNU, now the all spaces will be equal for me. When I enter in the introduction class, the first thing they ask, of course, of your name, surname, they will not get anything for your social occasion about, when they ask about your which college you studied from, your bachelor's, if you didn't say the Jindal college or Asok college, and you're saying I'm studied from my village, nearby village college, they will be like, oh, then she don't have a good English language, good this, she don't have anything now, she's like going to sit in the back, no competition now. So, so in the introduction itself you will be placed with your surname, with your background. So, and when even in my this is my this academic spaces, even my in activism spaces, they will be like of course the other student organizations, and one said that ye to reservation se aate hain, this much just put on your self itself. Like now you think that, oh, what else is there? When I just put that, oh, ye reservation se aaye hain. And before that I never now I say that I'm a Komal Devi, I'm from Valmiki community, my fathers and mothers are never studied, but I am asserting myself. But before that, how much I struggled for 2 years to just say that I'm from SC community. Just to say that, because I don't want to say it, because if I say it, they will say me that she's low, she's this, she is from lower, she is from marginalized, she don't know anything. So that's why assertion is a very long journey for us, very long journey, to just say that I am accepting my identity and now I'm asserting it, not just hiding it. So this I just felt it when I got to just know that someone is telling to me, "तुम reservation से आते हो." It felt so
like your
angriness,
your
your-
accomplishment is nothing other than that identity that you have.
Yes.
I feel like they figure out ways of putting hierarchy in place.
Even when there
अलग
isn't,
मतलब
yeah.
बहुत ट्रेडिशनल होंगे तो सरनेम सीधा पूछ लेंगे, ऐसे स्पेसेस में जाएंगे एकेडमिक स्पेसेस तो पूछेंगे आप कौन से कॉलेज से हो, टू लाइक place you in a certain hierarchy. They keep coming up with novel and innovative ways of like categorizing you somewhere in some kind of hierarchy. Yeah, there's no winning. I think like you just have to not play that race or that competition, and उसमें बहुत time लग जाता है. Like you said, finding that space where you are confident in your place in life and अपना assertion आप put forward करते हो without caring how other people will respond. That takes a lot of time because you're dealing with all the feelings that come with being categorized and being sort of placed differently and being behaved in that sense, like that. So yeah.
So I think like moving forward, I think a lot of our social identities, be it our Dalit identity, our tribal identity, our Muslim identity, and it also has to do, but within that, our identity in terms of gender, right? Our identity as a trans male, a woman, or even a queer woman, and so on, it makes the accessing whatever is already there an added challenge, right? Because then even in the same spaces, a space that is meant for Dalits, yeah, do you get the same space as a Dalit man, you know, like, or a space that is meant for Muslims, do you get the same space as the other genders, you know, so forth. So I want all of you to also like think about if you or anyone you know has tried to access these kind of spaces and these kind of or even policies or laws or any kind of legal instrument that is there, that is perhaps meant to protect you, perhaps meant to benefit you, but it has come at a price to pay, it has come at a social cost. So maybe that has deterred you from using it, or you have used it and paid that social cost. So if anyone can think of anything like that. I think like for me, it came when I was in the university for my master's, and I had to file a complaint against a senior of mine. But the senior is also another tribal person. So I was disencouraged by a lot of fellow Northeast tribal batchmates and all. we are already struggling, we are already othered, in this campus, and if you come out with this, then it's gonna be, then you're just giving a bad, we're already stereotyped. There will be another layer of stereotype added to a tribal man from the northeast, or from Manipur or from this community, So they're like, are you sure? Like, maybe we can internally solve it. Don't go to the authorities. And the thing is, then I listened, I gave, because I was like, yes, I have been at the receiving end of racism so many times. I do not want that to happen, right? To make life harder. So I did. I tried to resolve it with that person, but that person at the end of the day was a very problematic, what do you say, misogynistic male. And I couldn't reason with that person because they were not apologetic. They were apologetic only to get me off their back. So I had to file a formal complaint, and it was not well received, right? Because then I had to stop accessing many of the public spaces. I had to stop accessing many of these gatherings of like Northeast tribal spaces where I can be me in a different city, in a different part of the country. But I had to stop accessing that, and then so I paid that social cost because I was afraid that the girls who come in after me, who feel safe around that person because they're like, oh, it's another tribal brother from the same state, they will be facing what I face. So I came out with it and I paid that social cost. But so even the systems that are in place to save me are not really saving me. And the burden of that complaint was not on him, it was on me. That the community, saving the name of the community, saving the name of what people who look like us will face, was put on me when I was already going through whatever he inflicted on me, right? So yeah, like that. Like if some similar instances that you can think of, like.
So I have a similar incident with me. So when I was not out and loud as a trans person, so I met like two cis women through my workplace, and my first workplace. So I was very expressive, and in a bits and pieces, I was trying to get some sort of support and knowledge around my queerness. So they were like, okay, you are doing wonderful thing, and you can go abroad. I have a lots of contact abroad over there, and for your surgery, for your hormone therapy, for accessing a particular career, India is not a place. Like abroad, maybe Canada or America is a place for you, and I have a lots of friends over there, so I'll help you out. You are like a child to me, you are very good to me always, and you are a nice person. I really want to help you out. So for the very first time, I felt heard. Okay, there is someone for me, and they are happy who I am, and they are acknowledging me, they are gonna support me. So, and for our, like, after 3-4 years, they were like, my family, my husband is like very angry with me कि you are supporting money as उसकी queerness पे, और you are guiding him कि ये होगा वो होगा, so they put in an FIR against you. And मैं कहा, okay, and for me FIR is like complaint, and it's like a police or some civil thing. मुझे लगा ये मेरे लिए, who's gonna help me out? Now I have no father, I am studying, I am struggling to find job, my siblings are also studying, my mother is the only one who's earning, and abhi, and they're like कि अगर मैंने कुछ किया, so my husband and another girl is like कि my family is saying कि they'll go to my place and मेरी माँ को and उनके work place पे, and they'll say, and they like कि your child is so and so, और वो मैनिपुलेट कर रहे हैं मेरी बेटी को, and they somehow कि I am in a relationship with that particular girl, and I am like converting her into a lesbian relationship,
Converting her into a lesbian.
yes, she is a straight, and I am forcing her to marry. मैं कही ये कब कहाँ से आया? I have कुछ मैंने कहा ही नहीं, and she's like, my husband is saying कि you are not sleeping with me because you want to sleep with money. ओके लेट मी टेक, ये क्या करना है? उन्होंने बोला नहीं नहीं, आई एम सपोर्टिंग यू, नो वरीज. सो व्हेन आई गॉट टू नो कि ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं था, लाइक आफ्टर 4-5 आफ्टर 8 years I got to know about that कि there is no FIR against me and no complaints against me because of my transness, and against my queerness there is like a way of harassment, and my like people saying ki okay, let's sit Kabir, you know this is purely extortion of money case, harassment case on the basis of your Dalit identity and the basis of your trans identity. And I was like, how come? मतलब कि why? And बोला this is the real thing, this is the real shit happening in India. So 2021 I then मुझे लगा after a few months कि now you have to complain. So I went to police station, and for the very first time at a public space, जब मैंने ये बताया कि ऐसा ऐसा हुआ है, they were like kept telling me कि ऐसा ऐसा हुआ है, and बहुत सा पैसा उन्होंने मुझसे लिया है. they like पैसे लिए हैं, क्यों लिए हैं, क्या किया तुमने? मुझे कहना पड़ा आई एम अ ट्रांसजेंडर पर्सन और मेरी ट्रांसनेस पे ऐसा ऐसा हुआ. दे आर लाइक ओके, साइडलाइन किया. बीइंग अ क्वेयर पर्सन, बीइंग अ दलित पर्सन, बीइंग अ लेम पर्सन, मुझे नहीं मालूम था कि ट्रांस एक्ट, ट्रांस बिल एग्जिस्ट करता है. बट एक पुलिस, एक लॉ सिस्टम का पार्ट, वो जो पुलिस है जो
that is
वो
meant
भी
to protect.
एग्जैक्टली दे वर लाइक ओके देर इज नो सच, कोई कंप्लेंट बनता ही नहीं है, यू डोंट हैव सच केस अगेंस्ट बोथ द लेडीज, एंड दे वर प्रोटेक्टिंग मुझे नहीं, उनको प्रोटेक्ट कर रहे थे कि बीइंग अ लड़की है, वो लेडी है, उनसे पूछ रहे हैं ओके बताओ आपने क्या किया है. मुझे रूम के बाहर बिठाया गया. दे आर लाइक कि आप बताओ तेरा उससे कोई रिलेशनशिप है, एंड दैट गर्ल इज लाइक नहीं मैं नहीं जानती हूँ, वी वर फ्रेंड्स बैक देन बट अभी कुछ भी नहीं. उसने बोला देख कुछ है, पुलिस वाला उनसे पूछता है कि कुछ है तो बता दे, हम तुझे बचा लेंगे. उनकी नज़रों में आई वॉज नथिंग. तुम दलित हो, तुम ट्रांसजेंडर पर्सन हो, अब दिखने में उनको मैं अजीब, जो कोट एंड कोट लोगों को लगता है कि यू आर नॉट फिटिंग इनटू बाइनरी, इफ यू आर अ ट्रांस वुमेन यू हैव टू लुक लाइक अ कोट एंड कोट लड़की. वो फेमिनाइजेशन का लेंस क्या है? एंड इफ यू आर सेइंग यू आर अ ट्रांस मैन, quote unquote you have to look like a man, the masculine man, the tall, dark with a lot of muscles. So वो जो binary का है, so yeah, 2019-21 में मैंने कंप्लेन किया था, 2019 में एक्ट एंड लॉ आया था, एंड द सिस्टम आई पर्सनली फील कि वो अवेयर थे या नहीं थे, या वो उस लॉ के साथ कुछ नहीं करना चाहते थे. दे कैन, वो बहुत कुछ कर सकते थे, दे कैन प्रोटेक्ट मी, दे कैन सू देम वहीं पर, बट कुछ नहीं हुआ. सो फॉर मी मुझे लगा कि आज इवन दो बैक देन 4 साल पहले भी लॉ होते हुए भी मुझे नहीं बचाया, और उसका एक कॉस्ट जो मुझे देना पड़ा. मुझे लगा कि जब मैंने कम आउट नहीं किया था बैक देन, तब मैं इतने सब एक्सटॉर्शन से गुजरा हूँ. इफ़ आई विल कम आउट नाउ, सो पता नहीं मेरे साथ क्या होगा. सो आई हैव टू बी वेरी साइलेंट, क्वाइट अबाउट माई आइडेंटिटी, एंड लेट्स फिगर आउट करियर और लाइफ फर्स्ट, देखेंगे क्या होगा. बट दैट इम्पैक्टेड माई मेंटल हेल्थ. I was silent for 4 to 5 years. I stopped my hormone therapy. I stopped looking for any sort of affirming therapy or affirming thing related, which was the actually the measure जो मुझे चाहिए था उस समय. That was the one thing I was desperately looking since my childhood. But मुझे वो रोकना पड़ा, and उसका the cost was like my mental health. I was in a very bad mental emotional health. So उसका repercussion मैं आज भी देखता हूँ कि लगता है कि कहाँ हूँ मैं, where I am, where I need to head. So yeah, so there is no such law, there was no such law who saved me, and now so मुझे लगता है I don't know.
Yeah, it's like none of your any of the laws in place are not gonna save any of your identities, right? Like, yeah, be it your trans identity, your
Be
Dalit
it my Dalit
identity,
identity, yeah.
yeah.
For
So
them I am the least
yeah,
one to कि देखना भी
yeah.
क्यों है इसको.
अगर कुछ बच गया तब देख लेते हैं.
They're like the both the upper caste women, na, and the women upper caste married with kid. So we have to save them first. उसको नहीं बचाना.
Yeah. Yeah, Aiman, do you think you faced anything in certain, or anyone you know, any experience? Yeah. dealing with the system?
Yeah, I have fortunately not had to experience or had any uh, like this kind of a face to face with the law machinery. Yes, but I do know people who have had to go through that whole system for different reasons. And जो आप लोगों ने बात की, I think for people who come from marginalized communities especially, and अगर double triple marginalization है तो it's even worse. The system, the law and the bureaucracy system is not designed to save you or to support you in any way. हो सकता है the laws are written in a way that you might feel कि maybe I'll find some refuge or some justice if I go to avail जो भी उन्होंने provisions रखे हैं आपके लिए, but you find out कि actually no, this is not working. And I feel like जो social cost होता है, especially if you're a woman, if you're a trans person, if you do anything that deviates जो आपसे expected है, कि जैसे you had mentioned the example of divorce. So if a woman tries to do that, if she's in a situation which she's not happy with, I know of people who have really struggled and who have faced a lot of flack from their families when that has happened, and that is the social cost already embedded in it. But then you realize there's also, when you deal with the law and the whole, from the conversations with the lawyers that you have till the point where your divorce goes through, you're going through so much of trauma and so much of everything is designed to keep you in your place, and you're essentially going against it. So then all of the things that come with that, and then abhi, like in this environment right now with the political environment that we are in, the laws don't even give you the illusion of safety. You know from the get-go, okay, if you as a certain person from certain identities go to the police, or if you are in the court, whichever scenario you're in, you will have to face a lot of trauma and you will probably not get justice. So आप पहले से you decide that okay, this is not for me, there's no point in going, and you try to figure out ways of finding justice for yourself in other ways that is not to do with the law. Sometimes you're forced to, you don't have a choice, you have to interact with that machinery. Like for example, when it comes to the documents and everything, अगर वहाँ पे if ऊपर नीचे होता है तो आपको वहीं जाना है, where will you go to? You have to negotiate with the state there. But in other scenarios, I think even cases of like sexual assault, cases of discrimination, technically a law would exist, but you wouldn't be able to go. I know of so many women in working spaces where they will experience like situations of sexual misconduct, but they don't feel safe enough to. There is this narrative that women, they just go and complain and they'll name anyone and they don't care, and they're doing it for money or attention or whatever is said because of misogynistic narratives. But most of the time the women are not coming forward, and we have been having these narratives since a really long time. We have not moved forward from them. So
but do you think there is anything like specific to deal with the Muslim identity in accessing, like any instances or incidents, like specific to like being a Muslim woman that, any Muslim woman that like, yeah, because there is the whole idea of like, it can be even like backlash from within the community itself, and also there is a whole idea of like how Bengali Muslims are Bangladeshi, like that whole thing. So even accessing, like even like right now in the electoral politics, right? Just being a Bengali Muslim, they're like, are you actually Bengali, or are you like, that whole, yeah. So if anything like more in that
so
legal aspect.
back
as well,
home, yes, in Calcutta, I know of people in my community, certain people who have their names are not there on the sort of the electoral rolls anymore. Yeah, and you can go, you can attend hearings, and those dates will be there. But they know now that all of that will happen after the election has happened. So essentially, they can't go and vote. So yeah, these are like very specific ways in which you are excluded, and Yeah, I mean, even for Muslim women, I think a lot of times because Muslim men, their identities are so criminalized, they might feel, they might hesitate to go and if there is gender injustice happening with them, they might hesitate to go forward because they'll feel like, okay, my family or my community will be criminalized. I will be used as a political tool, and through me, my family and my community will be criminalized. So then you are hesitating to go forward or come forward with whatever you're dealing with. So yeah, many such cases. Yeah.
Actually, for this police and legality things, I personally have a very traumatic experience. Like i- the police sees the lower strata people in a very different manner. SC, ST, Muslims, their gaze is different. I remember that when we are small, even we like go to the police for some cases. I am very child. My father go, so they see is this, like, this case can be solved by the panchayat itself. No come, no need. I'm from village, so by panchayat itself it will be solved. Why you are coming to the police? So the accessible thing is not there at all. And rather than that, uh, the the what to say, when you look at the police itself, I have a very traumatic experience in terms of the siren itself. Like, okay, why? Because what happened once, my in my family there is very close one to me, and he talked with one upper caste women girl, and I am from a Dalit, more than that, Valmiki community, that is very lower in power in terms of everything, marginalized, and that men talked with the upper caste women. So that upper caste men threatened us that in just 2 nights we are going to burn your whole village, whole yours, this community houses. And when this threat came, I was just 11th, 12th class, and my father just in a hurry, we book a truck type in which we put the animals, transfer animals here and there. In these trucks, we are filled in and just transfer us to a different city near my mama ghar or something. And that experience is like you were like you are just example that he just relationship choices are not for you at all. You can't come there at all. But before that, the police itself isn't like say that these are powerless people. Of course, what even they going to do? Of course, they have to give that they have to put that men in their house and put this case rafa dafa. Otherwise, there will be you will only going to experience the threaten, and your life will be threatened. So do as we say. And police is like, of course, with the upper caste community. And so this is the from that point itself, when I'm coming from this, was looking at the police in this manner, then I feel that I will be powerless in any manner. Yeah. In even if I become in the IPS officer also, there also my caste will come, your surname will come. So I believe that in legal framework, really you really not have many choices to put a complaint, even a FIR. And particularly when Aiman is sharing experience, how the Muslim man is seen, how the Dalit man is seen. That is very different gaze from the police. And rather than this, the community itself, rather than men itself, Dalit women get in the more in the backward, stand at the very last point. Yeah. Because what happened is that in my PhD research, I interview one Dalit woman, and she is from Bihar, and she's married in the Jat household. And I want to talk to her. I want to see her experiences. What is the issues? I'm working on this PhD topic. And that Dalit women, there is so much layers behind her. She's outsider. She's migrated, a Dalit background women. She told that her husband doing the domestic violence and broke her phone. She not contacted to her natal family from around 5 to 10 years, and she's saying that I can't access the legal framework at all. That is not my choice. So that's why it's not her choice to go to the legal framework is because she can't be in that house, otherwise she will be outside where she will go. She can't go to the natal family also, that is in a poverty. She don't even know how to go there. She's uneducated and can't have any resources, so she have to be there. So I personally feel that for the police gazes us, or the legal framework gaze toward the lower strata people will be like this, and for us it will be very inaccessible space most of the time. Even we try to put a FIR, it will be more, we will suffer a lot rather than getting the justice, as you said. This is what I felt about this.
That is so true, because there is atrocities against SC/ST Act, right? Yes. And so many people complain that, oh, Dalits and Adivasis are misusing it to put so many fake complaints. And yet every day we hear so many cases, right, from our own lived experiences. People we know who cannot access the police, even though this act is there that is meant to protect against, like clearly when they came to like burn your house, but you still can't go to the police because the police doesn't care that that act exists.
Doesn't care
because so they are there, they know who is the local power, they only care about that. They don't care what is written in the constitution, they don't care what is written, what is in the acts and what is in the law. The law of the local law and the the written law are always two different things, right?
Exactly.
Which only minorities and
practices matter.
Practices matter.